You are now at the round table with Lenny S., Maya the Brazilianaire, and Big Mike.
Okay, everybody, on with the show!
Take a seat and tune in.
Yo, my nigga, what up? What's good, y'all? It's Raekwon the Chef, man. And I'm hanging out at the round table with Lenny S., Maya B., and my man Big Light. You know what it is, man. Rock me TV, nigga. Don't shrink that screen, man. Word up.
Lenny S., Maya B., I'm Big Light.
You heard?
It's a spring day, pretty nice out here. The chicks are out and about.
Right. That's crazy.
You know what I mean, Ray? They are out and about.
And it's kind of quiet in here. Obviously, there's nobody here because we faked you guys out last week. We thought it was our last show at the door.
We got one more week left.
Obviously not, so.
We was whipped and chained up to come in here again.
Yeah, we had to really hustle to put everything together.
So everybody's over there standing in 42nd
But
Street.
we got something very special for you because...
Wow.
And there's people trying to come
bananas.
I know, it's crazy. All right, yes, something very
special. OG.
Right.
Rap Master. My boy.
My boy. This is going to be good.
We got Raekwon.
We got living legend in the house, y'all. Raekwon in the house today. What it do? Make sure Ray is up.
Yeah, what's that, right?
1 2 1 2.
Yes.
1 2.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Chilling. What's happening?
You never age. Like, you look the same, like, since you came out.
Nah, I'm aging.
That's really good.
You see them little gray pieces.
No, you're doing good.
Not much, though.
Thank you.
We don't look too much different from when we was doing
it. Yeah. Plus, you know, Light is my dude. He know me for years. Since the Ron G shout-out days, you know.
We had some crazy shows in the South.
No question.
We used to shut them hotels down.
No question.
It was like short stays, but just overnight.
Short stays? Wow.
We had rooms like everywhere.
No doubt.
We just ran. We came to North Carolina. We just took over the whole, not just where we was playing at, but the whole state. Girls would come from everywhere, to the hotel.
To the short stay. Wow.
Am I right?
Don't blow him up. He's like, all right.
That were the days. That's how we roll.
Easy
the
on
days,
that.
right?
We used to kill them parties, boy. These boys was no joke, man. I mean, their stage show, was quite crazy.
What?
But it was incredibly put together
that.
like a Voltron, and if you studied it, it always formed on you.
You already know.
Ray was the chef.
Yeah.
You know what the chef do?
Wow.
He cooks it.
All right, can we let's just talk about you, like, from the beginning. You were born in Brooklyn.
A lot to talk about.
Went to Staten Island.
Yeah. You know, I'm a Brooklyn-born cat, but my mom's moved me out to Staten Island. You know, so I'm repping the Island all the way.
Right. How did you get into Wu-Tang Clan?
You know, it was just a hobby, though. You know what I mean? It just happened. You know, we always fans of hip-hop or whatever from the early 80s or whatever. You know, that was always something we was infatuated with because it was like, you know, music is a language.
Right.
So when you growing up as a kid, you see for the first time Run DMC come through with the leathers and Adidas on, Kane with the ropes and all of that. You know, that's what we was attracted to living out in Staten Island, like just running around the streets doing nothing.
Right.
And, you know, I'm just a fan, man. Fan of hip-hop, for real.
Definitely.
But you're definitely an original member of Wu-Tang. And Wu-Tang was like such a crazy, huge movement worldwide. And then you followed up with a platinum-selling album, a solo album, which is crazy.
Yeah, only
classic, you know.
Yeah, I want to ask Ray, because you have, like, obviously one of almost everybody in hip-hop, almost top 10, I would even probably say top 5 album. Like, how does it feel? It's like a two-part question. When you made the album, what was that like? And then did you ever think that it would be like one of the blueprint albums in hip-hop history, like till this day? You know what I mean?
Alright, when I made the album, I ain't really cared too much about the industry. You know what I mean? I wasn't even worried about that. My thing was more or less worried about representing Staten Island. You know, Staten Island's like the forgotten borough. You know, and you know, being that I was a young cat and I used to always move around because that was our thing. We was young cats getting off the island at 15, 16, going everywhere. Harlem, Brooklyn, whatever. That always been me. And I would be going to a lot of places where people wasn't recognizing Staten Island like that. So even when we came in the game, that was the first step, is just to get that that representation, you know, felt by everybody in New York. And you know, when, like I said, when I made the album, it wasn't even about trying to be a star or, you know, get all these fans. You know, my thing was just represent real rap. You know, I feel like I'm one of them Raekwon babies or them Cool G rap babies, or, you know, I fall in that chamber. And at the end of the day, you know, we did a lot of things in the street where, you know, when I made the album, I was just basically talking about a lot of stuff that I've been through and everything that I know, on top of just being an MC. And you know, once it took off, it was a good feeling. You know, I was totally shocked. I ain't think everybody was gonna get it. That's why we called it Only Built. Only because it was only built for whoever could relate to our story when we made it.
Now, you and Ghost were already tight, because it seemed like y'all were a little cliquish, and he was on a lot of the tracks on the album, and then you also like end up, that album was like an introduction to Ghostface Killah, so y'all was already real tight before the album and all that?
I mean, we knew each other from the street, you know what I mean? Just being bad guys in the street or whatever. You know, his projects is like maybe like 10 minutes away from the Hill, which is my projects. And we always cross paths and we have respect for one another, but RZA assembled that situation where he felt like, yo, y'all have so much of the same history. You know, and then, you know, RZA seen me doing my thing far as in the streets hustling or whatever, so he knew my story. You know what I mean? When he brought Ghost to the table with me, it was more or less like Ghost wasn't coming from that side. And RZA just felt like, you know, y'all make a great team too.
So, work.
And that was that.
Was y'all the first two?
Huh?
Was y'all the first two recruited?
Nah, I would say, I mean, see, one thing about RZA's the type of individual where he has a relationship with mad different dudes on Staten Island. He could go to this side and he know a few people over here, go to that side, know a few different people. But nah, I would say I was definitely one of the top 5.
Because, you know,
keep it 100.
When y'all first started coming uptown to do the mixtapes, it wasn't the whole click.
Right.
It was like just a, you know, you, Meth, Ghost.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Power,
yeah,
which is another question I want to get into, and I forgot that, but it was like, you know, a little shit and little that got cut.
Shaheen.
Yeah, because y'all used to bring him all the time.
Yeah.
Well, this is like history right here. Okay, we're gonna be back.
Well, this is the history of the Wu-Tang.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Raekwon is in the building. The Roundtable Show. We'll be right back. Big
Raekwon, y'all. Big Jeff.
Yes.